welcome to the Botany and Soul Shop. Today we're going to give you a final on the 65 F-100 we've been working on for a little while. 99.9% done. We got just a few little tweaks that we're doing and it'll be ready to go home. The customer was here with his wife and sister yesterday and they were flipping out. They were absolutely loving it. He said, I can't believe it's the same truck. He said, I just can't believe it. He's going to present it to his dad, and his dad's dad bought the truck brand new. So he'll be quite surprised. We've changed it obviously, but I think he'll be really pleasantly surprised when he sees it. So we're going to give you a quick rundown of everything we did on the 65 F-100. Okay, let's see what's under the hood. So we've got an 86 Mustang roller motor. It's pretty stock, but it's fresh from one end to the other. We've got an Edelbrock injection system on it. We've got a vintage air front runner system on it. So that stuff just, man, I think it was a great combination. We also put a Crown Victoria front end under it. Thanks to Malachi for selling it to us. He hooked us up real good on it, and I think it turned out really nice. So this truck was a real plain Jane. It was a powder blue, had a 352, 3-speed on the column, no options. Grill, bumpers, all that stuff was painted white in it, and so when we updated it, we wanted to go chrome, and the customer wanted chrome and everything. So this is actually the original grill. It was in immaculate shape. It wasn't beat up or nothing, so we sent it out, had it chromed. S&H Chrome here in Nashville did it for us. They did a phenomenal job on it. So that, man, it just brought the bling alive on this thing, and I love the little red pops here and there and on the emblems and stuff. It just really makes it come alive. It's a pretty beautiful truck. Unfortunately, 61 to 66 hadn't been real popular in the past, so there's product made for it, but some stuff you can't get very readily. Some stuff they've discontinued already and stuff. So when it comes to the trim on this thing, we had to get what we could get. Some of it's NOS, some of it's original, and some of it's reproduction. And we just had to have, once we got everything and got it all together, we took it to S&H Chrome and they polished everything out for us. Did a phenomenal job. But the bed pieces, it's an 8-foot bed, and to find them trim pieces, it was amazing. And I found them. I popped on eBay one night and they come up almost instantly. NOS, and I had to have them, so we paid dearly for them, but where are you going to get them? So that was pretty cool. Classic Instruments makes this reproduction speedometer for it, which looks very similar to the original. Really love it. Of course, it's all digital and everything. Once again, we put vintage air in it, got original knobs and put on. We put their stickers in behind the knobs so you can tell exactly which one you're working on there. Just love the mahogany steering wheel that's in this thing. It just goes so well with the blue and white and everything in here. It turned out really cool. One little thing that's kind of fun, there is a little aluminum band that I found. It was on the original mirror, and this is actually Grandpa's fishing license from way back when. I flipped out when I seen it. I started looking. I didn't know what it was at first. When I started looking at it, I was like, oh my goodness. So I polished it out and put it on the new mirror. Okay, for the interior, Alan Bennett did the interior on this thing. He's in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Did a phenomenal job. Once again, I told him to do the seats kind of like 65 Mustang bench seat. And he did the headliner and everything, pulled the carpet all, got it all stretched out for us, did an incredible job. Really happy with it. The seat's very comfortable. He took the original seat frame and built all the foam and carved it all out and everything, and it's just did an incredible job on it. We really appreciate it. So in the previous video on this truck, I told you about the frustration with weather stripping. And I ordered some new weather stripping from Metro and got that in there, and it's right. Really like it. Little stiff yet, but it'll loosen up as time goes on, and it relaxes a little bit, but it's sticking in there really good, so we really appreciate that. Next thing we're going to talk about is this bed. It was in really bad shape. You saw in one video where I straightened out the wheel lips on it, hammer and dollied all that stuff out. The front of this bed was rotted out in the floor and the header panel here. So we cut about 3 inches off the bottom of the header panel, refabricated that because you can't get one for 61 to 66. And then the front, about 8 or 10 inches of the front of the floor was all rotted out. So they make a reproduction panel, but it's not exactly the same. The ribs aren't exactly the same as the originals. So we had to do a little bit of doctoring on that to get that where we wanted it. And then we put poly stainless strips on top of it to just to kind of finish it out. All 4 corners, this panel right here on all 4 corners of the bed, we had to remake and replace that. The wheelhouses actually were in really good shape. Had a few dents in them, but they were in good shape. So we did put the fuel tank in the back, so we have a fuel filler there in the floor. He didn't want it behind his seat anymore, and I don't blame him. So we did put a reproduction tailgate on it. The original one was just shot. But I got to tell you, this thing is very heavy. It's built very well. The quality was amazing. It's not a light piece, so they did their job on that one. US mags just look good on this truck. I think it was the right choice. Okay, so this 65 was an original paint truck. Okay, so there were certain parts of it that was in good shape, and there were certain parts of it that was really rough. We did put doors on it. I was able to find some over at Redneck Rumble. The guy had a pair of super nice doors. We wound up buying them. We had to put another hood on it. The original hood was all laid up, and the customer happened to have another hood for it, so we did that. We wound up putting reproduction front fenders on it, reproduction stone garbage in behind the bumper here, a few things like that, but that's pretty much what we did. The rear wheel wells, you can go back and look at a 65 F-100, how to straighten wheel wells. Somebody had taken pliers or a pipe wrench or whatever and bent the rear wheel wells out, like had the whole lip twisted around. It was a mess. And so there is a video on how I straightened that, hammered, dollied it all out and everything. So give you a little bit of taste of what the shape the thing was in. But it really turned out nice. We're real happy with it. It's, like I said, it's ready to roll out the door here with a few tweaks.